Hello. Um, Welcome to the stream. I'm not exactly back. I do want to point that out. I'm not exactly back. Um, it's just I don't know how to explain. I just want to talk about things. There we go. Gosh. Sorry. I just right now can't think. Um. I don't know, it's been a while since I've done this. This is a little bit new, but I mean it's fine. Um. Right then. Can you guys hear me, by the way? I cannot honestly tell. I don't know if I'm super loud or not, to be honest. You guys have to let me know. Um, I do want to. Add a thumbnail to this, actually. Um, yeah, that can work as a thumbnail. Well, clear. Thanks, Vaughn. Thank you. All right. Hi, Vaughn. Hope you're doing well. Right. Let's talk about it. So, I'm gonna read out loud this community post I made on my main channel. Um, just explain what's going to happen. Nothing seriously bad is gonna happen necessarily. It's more kind of explaining more in details, if that makes any sense. Um, so yeah. So I said, but yeah. Anyways, sorry. Oh god, I thought I was fully awake for this. Like, jeez. So I said, hello everyone. Before Quest of Resistance Sun starts at 2:45 CST, 3:45 EST, kind of started later. Just because we had like technical difficulties and stuff like that. It was kind of like a frustrating situation, but it was fine. Everyone was fine and stuff like that. It was just like trying to get everything started, and it's not starting. But then it starts again. It's just one of those moments where like, what is happening? But yeah, I wanted to let you know I haven't been dealing with some things. I found out yesterday. Well, when this community post was made, it was yesterday. Um, there was a tragedy that has happened. Yeah, I will explain that tragedy. I didn't know how to explain it at first because I didn't want to go into details or anything like that because one, it was kind of personal information. But yeah, um, what has happened? Um, that tragedy is that a family friend, an actual family friend, it was a friend of a family member, um, sadly had passed away. Um, we don't know what exactly happened or anything like that. Um, just a lot of messy details and stuff like that. But yeah, someone has passed away, and it's very sad, heartbreaking, and stuff like that. And basically, I had to process that about that friend passing away and stuff like that, and just wanting to focus on family and stuff like that, make sure everyone is okay, making sure that um, you know, it was just I'm still trying to process it, to be honest. Um, because I know that family member who lost that friend, like hang out with them so much and stuff like that, talked about them and stuff like that. So to hear the fact that this person has passed away is definitely heartbreaking. I was in complete shock and everything like that, and so I was worried about that family member, what they were dealing with and stuff like that, so um yeah, so that was a tragedy. I didn't really want to say much on it just because I just didn't know how to process it for a while. Still trying to process that because it's like, can't believe that happened. You know, it's literally a shock. And so yeah, anyways, I said I don't want to go into details because it's personal. I don't want to say anymore because I don't know everything that's exactly happened. So sorry to hear, Gabe W. Yeah. Um, I mean, so far everyone seems to be okay. We're still like laughing and chilling and stuff like that. My mom and my aunt still like play Mario Kart and stuff like that. But it's definitely heartbreaking to hear um a friend of a family member like passed away, because I know for a fact a few years ago kind of similar thing happened. There was a car crash that happened where one of my other family members' friend has passed away through that. It is really heartbreaking to hear that something another tragic has happened. So but um so it's going to definitely take some time to like move on and pass that. Like I'm still trying to move on and pass on from my dad's passing, from my family's cat passing, just because even though my cat was old, well, it wasn't my cat, it was my aunt's cat. But when I visit my aunt, I would help take care of the cat and stuff like that, and give him some love and stuff like that, But um, when I heard his passing, I was in tears because I thought we had like a bit more time with him, but you know, things happen, like he was pretty old, so it was definitely a time, but I thought I had a bit more time with him. And then finding out my dad's passing, it was so like earth shock because I'm like, I didn't know how to feel about that because, tough relationship. But yeah, so it's definitely going to take some time to process that and everything. So I'm just letting you guys know. So, but then I said I may need to leave like session early or take a break from session, stuff like that. That didn't happen because I didn't know how to do that because we were in a part where it felt like I had to be there no matter what. Um, and it wasn't because I was mad at anyone or it felt like I was forced to be there or anything like that. Um, I just didn't know how to talk about it. I, I just didn't know how to leave. I just didn't know how to take a break or anything like that because, like, I was definitely emotional and frustrated, but not because I had anyone. Like, I wasn't mad at anyone. Like, things happen. Things happen, you know. So, but I honestly felt like I couldn't take a break from customer service or anything like that because I felt like, okay, we're getting into some serious stuff here that I have to be there. And I wasn't mad by the fight or anything like that. It's just more felt like, okay, I do really want to take a break, but at the same time, I felt like I need to be there. And no, if I had a great time and stuff like that. I did actually talk our DM then about stuff. Just like hey, this is what's happening. A little bit of my frustration going and stuff like that. Just to talk one on one. And he and I are good. He understands what's going on and stuff like that. So we have like some ideas and thoughts to make sure um just continue Quest of Rising Sun. But if there's something happen or anything like that, we have some ideas on making sure we can still continue and stuff like that. So, hi Joshua. I'm just talking about what's going on with me and stuff like that. So, um, just a little bit of quick way back. Basically, I explained that the tragedy on Make Me was basically someone passing away, and it was a family friend, and yeah. So that's all. So yeah, Quest of Rising Sun is still happening. I will say that right now. Quest of Rising Sun is happening. I think after this stream, actually, I am going to talk about if we're going to do it this week, um, or not. I did say I did kind of want to take a break from September from making content and stuff like that. Actually, so I will definitely ask them that if they want to do Quest of Rising this week, then that's totally fine. But it's probably going to be only Quest of Rising Sun. I may do one stream of YSFP this week, but that's pretty much it. The reason why I'm doing okay, it's just a little bit emotional right now, so that's all. But thank you for asking, Joshua. And Uh, yeah, it's definitely sad, but we're gonna push through it. We're going to try to live our lives. Live the best lives as possible, and just remembering that's the person. Living through our hearts and stuff like that. But yeah. So yeah, Costa Rica so is gonna happen. Um, I don't know if it's gonna be this week or not, but it's just depending on the conversation we're gonna have and stuff like that. So, it's not that I'm wanting to cancel Costa Rica Sun. Costa Rica Sun's not getting canceled or anything like that. It's more of fact I may want to take a break, but if they still want to do Costa Rica one, this week, then I'm like, all right, deal, let's do it. Um, but I don't think we're going to do Inquest Races on like the next week because I think for everyone Thursday is like the best time to do Quest Races on. I have noticed. So, and next Thursday is actually a birthday celebration that I have to attend because it's my siblings' birthday, so I want to be there and celebrate that birthday. So if there isn't going to be an episode of Quest and Rise on, it will mostly be next week. This week, most likely there would be an episode of Quest and Rise on. Just yeah, you know. Go ahead, Crash. What's your favorite song? It's very random, I know. Uh, um, I don't really have favorites of Adele songs, to be honest, because I don't really listen to her much. Um, but if I guess I have picked one, I do really like Skyfall. It's a very interesting song. I'm just not like a fan of hers. Like I'm not saying that she's like a bad singer or anything like that. I'm just not the biggest fan. I don't really listen much of her music. Anyways, so yeah, Quest of Rise of Sun is still gonna happen. Hands down. That's going to happen. Quest of Rise of Sun is still happening. Not gonna get some. But I am gonna take a break from making content for sure. At least taking less time on trying to make content almost every week and every day and stuff like that, because I am actually going to plan to focus more on writing, chilling, and spending time with family and stuff like that. And if I want to make content, then I'm going to make content. So, for example, like, since I still want to do Quest of Rise of Sun, and I think most of everyone still want to do Quest of Rise of Sun, that's still going to happen. I am planning to try to live stream a bit more of the Lilac SMP. I just haven't been. I was just messing around with my friends, to be honest, when they joined as well, stuff like that in the SMP. Um, and just chilling and have fun because I just rather just have fun than trying to force myself. Okay, this is an SMP. I have to live stream it. I'm like, no, what? No, not everyone is live streaming this or recording this or anything like that. I can just have fun with it. Just enjoy the SMP. Enjoy hanging out with people. And honestly, it's been like the best fun ever. Live streams are fun and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong, but I am probably going to take less time on trying to force myself to make content and stuff like that, and just focus on writing because I'm really wanting to work hard on Misfits Book 2. But it's been very hard to do it because because this particular character I am writing right now hates me, and it's very hard to write this character's like dialogue and what's their emotions and stuff like that because they were like, haha, I hate you. And I'm like, why? You know? Just a wide perspective, sometimes your characters like talks to you and you feel like you're talking to them and stuff like that, trying to figure out their stories and stuff like that. So that's what I mean. Your imagination and stuff like that, your creativity and stuff. So it's like, you know, but yeah. Um but yeah, I want to focus on this book too, and also book 3. I'm actually going to try to jot down some ideas for book 3, since technically that's going to be like the final book for now. Um, because like it's always been a trilogy. Like I always have thought of a trilogy series, and Misfits fits that criteria. So like if I do want to continue the series, of course I am, but it's going to have like a different title and have like a different kind of like feel to it and everything like that. But it's still gonna be the same as like the original trilogy of Misfits. So there's that. There won't be any prequels, so 100%. I did thought about prequels, but then I thought about okay, but most of this mystery is going to be solved anyways in these books. So trying to add more answers and stuff like that feels weird to me. Like, don't get me wrong, I do enjoy prequels, you know, like I do enjoy it, like some explanations stuff like that. But sometimes when there's already been answers about certain things and stuff like that, and so you're trying to give out more answers through prequels, it just gets really messy to me. It just honestly also just really depends on the book and the book series itself too. So, um, but I think um I haven't read it yet, but I think like the Infernal Devices, which is a prequel to Mortal Instruments, I heard it was well done. And but the book series I have actually read that had a prequel was The Thorn of Glass, Assassin's Blade. I thought that was pretty well done because the prequel you could just read it whenever. I feel like just depending how a logical story you want to go on, um, it does really help with that aspect. So I think that was really well done with some answers and stuff like that. But other than that, it just really depends on like the books and the book series, you know. So, um, but yeah, so yeah, basically, I just wanted to continue writing and focus on writing and less of making content. I still plan to make content. I'm still planning to do shadow duels, but I think I want to take more time on shadow duels. So it's more for like, okay, if I really want to do this and I really want to do this, then like, oh, I have to do this, you know, kind of thing. And honestly, I think taking a break from shadow duels will help with more of my writing and stuff like that because I am looking back at the script and even talk to Junior about like, hey, how do we make this better? How to make sure the story flows and stuff like that. And we just got some like really good ideas and stuff like that. It will probably be definitely a little bit more fast paced than like the actual like Yu-Gi-Oh series. That kicked off Yu-Gi-Oh and stuff like that. Well, Yu-Gi-Oh technically started out as a card game and then manga, I think, and then anime. Um, I think I have to do research on that just to make sure, but I think last I checked, it was like originally like a card game, and there was manga, and then an anime. So yeah, but we have talked about it, like making sure, okay, how to make sure like the story flows, there's an ending, and it's not going to take forever to like finish it and stuff like that. I mean, it's still probably going to take like it feels like going to be forever, but it's not going to make me feel like I cannot do it. Um, I think the last thing I'm going to talk about is that has to do with like the Legend of Zelda prequel and sequel. Um, I will say that I have like run out of ideas for the Zelda sequel and prequel. Um, not gonna lie, like when I said I was almost done with the prequel, I'm not lying. But trying to finish like the ending scene or like the last part of it to trying to connect to like the first movie because it's supposed to be connecting to like the first movie since it's a prequel. It I just didn't know how. It also kind of feels like writing this prequel. It kind of feels where it feels like a different story too. So I think I have to not necessarily rewrite the prequel. It's more of it like if I want to go back to the prequel, um, then I need to change some things to make it more sense for it to be connected to the first movie. And then for the sequel, like I had ideas and stuff like that for sure. I did both some beginning scenes and stuff like that to kick things start, but again, not much ideas. So I'm not saying like Legend of Zelda like stuff is canceled necessarily. It's just more of like until I figure out how to bring in more ideas, how to make sure that they're all connected, makes sense, nothing too messy or anything like that, is simply being on a shelf for sure. As Bun will say when like unfinished like music videos or story ideas and stuff like that, just put it on a shelf for now. Just put it on a shelf. Go back to it later. Um, that's honestly what happened to my like first trilogy idea. Like I just put it on a shelf because like it wasn't the greatest story ever. It wasn't. So yeah. Um I think that's just pretty much everything I wanted to talk about. Because the rest of the stuff's still happening. I just want to focus more on writing, than trying to make content. I'm still probably gonna try to do content for Halloween, of course. the Halloween month, October. So I will probably be a little bit more excited about that and stuff like that. But just right now, because I found out that a family friend has passed away and stuff like that, I just really want to focus on, doing things I really want to do and stuff like that. It's not that I don't want to do YouTube, it's more of like I don't want to feel like I'm forcing myself to do YouTube and stuff like that. I rather spend time with family. I rather relax. I rather write. I rather just, clear my head and process everything to a point where I'm like, okay, I'm doing okay. I'm doing fine. I can do this. I can do that. I can do blah, 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 sort of thing. So, yeah. I hope everyone can understand where I'm coming from. I hope everyone understand that I'm not quitting YouTube. Um, there will be a point where I probably will plan to quit YouTube or like not do as much content as I used to. Um, I will actually be honest. I do think Shadow Duels will be like the last like animated series on my series of life channel, and then probably focus more on like audiobooks and stuff like that because I do have AU books that I've been writing that I definitely want to share stuff like that. GX is actually one of them because I was like writing down everything that's happening so far in the campaign I'm in and stuff like that. So so I think writing it as a yearbook fits more the criteria of what's happening in the campaign and stuff like that than trying to make it to a series. Um, I may do plan to do like a part two of some sort, but I don't think it's necessarily going to be a series. Like I know like Jacob was like, "Ooh, I really want to see a series," and I did thought about making it into a series, but at the same time, it's like, do I really want to do this? That was why I created Shadow Duel singularly, just to see if I actually really want to do a Yu-Gi-Oh series. And I did. I do still do. I'm still planning to make more episodes, but I don't think there's something I'm going to continue that criteria. I don't think there will be another like Yu-Gi-Oh fan made anime series after Shadow Duels. I think the rest of it's just gonna be audiobooks. So yeah. Um so I think that's pretty much everything. I don't think there's really anything else to talk about. So yeah, before I end the stream, I'll just do like a quick recap. One, the tracker thing, family member passed away. Going to focus more on writing and spending time with family, then content, Quest Rise of Sun, so going to continue and stuff like that. We have plans and ideas, to make sure it's going to be fun and stuff like that. I still be trying on Discord too, I will say that. Child Duels will be the last animated series. And after that, I'm probably just going to do mostly more on audiobooks and stuff like that. Like I am planning for Mrs. Book One to kind of be like a YouTube audiobook. Um, I don't know if there's going to be any sort of like voice casting or anything like that. We'll just have to wait and see about that because some characters have different accents and stuff like that. And I don't know if everyone had people that I know can do those accents stuff like that, so that's the thing. So, yeah, I'll be making less content, but I'll still be around. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope to see you guys next time. But yeah, that is all. Um, I don't really have like a at the end or anything like that since this is like a demo. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna end it there. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.